Hey early access users, you all have probably heard by now that YouTube just released a new hashtagging feature where they take the first 3 tags in your description and put them next to your video title on the Video Watch page. And that is, of course, for us YouTubers, a really great way to get discovered. So Justin asked me over on Twitter whether I have plans to somehow include hashtags into the Morning Fame keyword research tool. And at that point I actually hadn't, but now I do. What I did is extending the keyword tab, the search tab, and the optimize tab. But before we dive into those features in detail, let me say that I'm so happy to have you as early access users, because for these features more than any other, I'm really looking forward to your feedback. Because the situation is like this. I mean, YouTube just released this extended hashtag feature last week. And we really don't have best practices yet to grow our channels. Of course, we have best practices over on Twitter and Instagram, and we can apply those best practices to YouTube as well. However, it is unclear whether those best practices will work the same way on YouTube as well, and how YouTubers will evolve using them, how viewers will evolve using them to do searches based on those hashtags. So it's really unclear how the whole ecosystem will evolve. So I'm looking forward to your feedback to see how you evolve using them. And this way I can learn a ton from you to adjust the tools accordingly. Alright, without further ado, let me show you the new features that you now have access to. In the keyword tab, you're already aware of the feature of common keywords and uncommon keywords, which are derived from tags from related videos. And now we have the same thing for hashtags, common hashtags and uncommon hashtags. The idea here is to use them as your target search term for videos. Not just using them as hashtags in your description, but maybe even for your main target search term. So like those keywords above here, you can also for these hashtags click on them and choose them for step 3 to search those hashtags as if they were just regular search terms. But by the way, the common hashtags are not as common keywords for large channels and uncommon ones for small channels. Here it's a little bit different. These common hashtags are more likely to be hot topics right now and more likely to be used, and uncommon hashtags are some that probably are just invented by a few people, and it's not clear yet whether they are useful, but they may become useful in the future, become a hot topic in the future. So if you choose one hashtag and go over to step 3, let's do that, then you can evaluate those hashtags like any other search term here with the competition score, and most importantly, make use of the Show on Google Trends button. As you can see here, it's actually a recently trending up topic, so this is a trending hashtag that would be a good idea to target with your video. So particularly for hashtags, make sure that you check them here in Google Trends to see whether they are a hot topic. And since we are here in the search tab, I also extended the search tab for hashtags as well. When we look below in the search results here, you have the Show Hashtags button here now as well, where you can look up the hashtags that were used for those videos. Not all videos have hashtags, of course, but those that have, you can see here. By the way, I'm looking at hashtags in the title, in the description, as well as in the regular tags. And of course, right now you won't find that many hashtags for videos because they are not that widely used yet. But that certainly will change over time. Alright, let's say we want to target worst summer job for the video. So let's go over to step 4. And here we go. Like always, you can optimize your video now for this hashtag. And what I extended here is showing below the description these associated hashtags, which you can add to your description. Just click on them and they will get added to your description here, like that. And this way they will appear next to the video title on the Video Watch page. But by the way, what I just showed you is optimizing your video for a hashtag as your target search term. That is not necessarily what you want to do from now on with your videos. The more likely case in which you would use hashtags would be to search for a regular search term, let's say hashtags on YouTube. videos. Of course, that's a little bit risky for me to target for my channel, but anyway, let's move forward to step 4. So in this case, we really have just a regular search term as our target search term. But now for the description, we might add a regular description like we always do. In this video, I talk about how hashtags work on YouTube, let's say. And then I have associated hashtags, which I could use in my description as well. And that would be the regular way in which we most likely will extend our metadata from now on. That said though, I collect those associated hashtags from the videos that rank in the search results over here. So these associated hashtags can only be as good as those videos that rank for this target search term are already using hashtags. Right now, that usually results in not too useful hashtags, but I think this will be automatically evolving over time since YouTubers use hashtags more and more, and with that, Morning Fam will also get better hashtag data. Alright, I really look forward to your feedback. Just leave me a comment below this video, or in the description I left a link to a Facebook post where we can discuss the new features. Let's evolve those best practices for hashtags together so that we can take this discovery opportunity to our advantage. Alright, see ya!